Does the darker the color of a whiskey make it more flavorful? We're about to find out. Welcome to the Whiskey Catapult, where we catapult around the world trying whiskeys from all over the world. So today we are catapulting over to Sweden for some single malt from High Coast Distillery. So this is their Berg release that is aged in first fill American oak casks and then finished in Spanish oak casks. It's 50% ABV. It is non-chill filtered and no added coloring. And it is a dark whiskey. This is also batch number 2. So I pronounced the city that it is in Sweden, but there's a lot of dots and stuff above the vowels, so I'm not even going to try. But I was very excited to try this one. I used to have an app that would keep track of all the whiskeys that I had in my collection. Didn't end up working out for me. I switched to a different one that worked a little bit better, but you could see other ones that people were adding to their collection, and this one popped in there. I was like, I've never had whiskey from Sweden. That'd be fun to try. So went in, picked it up. It came locally to one of my shops, so I didn't have to import it or anything. I believe I paid about $65 for it, so not a bad deal, especially for one all the way up in Sweden. So yeah, really nice nose. It's dark. It's got these rich fruits. A little bit of funkiness in there. And it's almost raspberry. Just about. It's not quite like right on the money, but it's like right in that ballpark of raspberry is the fruit that I'm getting there. But it's very nice. There's still like some sweetness too there, so it's a good nose. Dark fruit comes through on the palate. Still a little bit of funk. Good amount of oak coming through. Almost it's a little bit more on a berry note. I know it had raspberry closer on the nose, but the palate kind of has more like if you had like a berry flavored candy or something, where they kind of, I think it's a mixture of like raspberry, strawberry, blackberry, stuff like that. It lines up more with that than a specific individual one for me. So, but it's not like a flavor bomb. It's definitely kind of light on the flavor, especially for the ABV, not necessarily the color, but 50% ABV, I'd expect a little bit more of a oomph to it. But it is nice. Still has some of that fruit, a little bit of oak on the finish. It does not last very long. That's kind of a bummer. So, yeah, I'd never had a High Coast Distillery before or whiskey from Sweden. It is single malt, so it's probably in the same vein of Scotch, 100% malted barley. I've had one of their other releases. It's the Have release, HAV, and it was virgin oak finish, lightly peated. Excellent. Absolutely really good whiskey. Highly recommend that one if it's about the same price as this Berg bottle, about $65. But it had just a little bit of faint smoke, not overpowering. A lot of vanilla, a lot of oak and juiciness. Like I really enjoyed that bottle. I thought it was great. This one I kind of go back to a little bit here and there. You see, I haven't had a ton of it, but very dark on the profile. So more color does not necessarily mean more flavor. I have from an independent bottler of Glengeely that is damn near clear. Like it is the lightest whiskey I've ever seen. It's got a very faint tone of like yellow goldish. Like it damn near looks like vodka. And I think it's 11 years old. And I've never seen a whiskey that light before, so I picked it up and I was like, not expecting too much. I figure it's probably in second or third fill ex-bourbon casks or something, but it's damn good. It's got more flavor than this one here. So I know a lot of the time you look at a dark whiskey and you're just like, oh man, that's going to have so much flavor. Don't let your eyes deceive you. I know that's why a lot of people, when they do blinds, they get the Glencairns that are like black or blue or like a darker color so you can't see the color of the whiskey. So it doesn't, give you like a prejudice or anything like that. Okay. The fruit's kind of toned down just a little bit. That's opened up a little bit. It's not quite as potent, but it's still really nice. It's almost got almost like a waxiness, kind of like a raspberry candle, almost. Not quite as fragrant as that, but an unlit raspberry candle. It's more like it. Yep. Still get that dark fruit. Still have that nice oak. A little bit of funk. A little bit of dryness now, too. Okay. Yeah. Still has that berry note in there. So, hasn't changed too much there. Add a little bit of water here. Make sure I don't overdo it. Yep. Just a bit. That's probably about 5-6 drops worth. Yeah. It's tasty. I'm enjoying it. So, I didn't mention already, this is batch number 2. So, but I like trying whiskeys from all over the world. It's always fun to see what other countries are doing with their whiskey, how they do it different, if they're using their own signature or if they're taking a signature from someone else like Scotland or something and they're saying this is our version of that. It's always fun to see, and especially for a price like that, it's pretty good. I think they've got, of the ones that I've seen in my area, they've got 2 other offerings outside of the Berg and the Have that I already mentioned. One of them was a peated version, and the other one was a cast strength version at 63% ABV. And I think that was more in line with, so it says on here it's 63 degrees north. So I'm assuming that's like a longitude level for, geographically. So I think it's more based off of that, but it is 63%. So it is higher proof, but that one was closer to like 90, 95. So I wasn't willing to jump on that one yet until I had these. And since I've had these 2 other bottles have in Berg, I want to make sure I got through them in a decent time. That's different. That's got a banana note on there. Still some of that oak, but that dark fruit has shifted straight up into banana. That's crazy. A little floral, too. Yep. Did the same thing to the palate. That is wild. I've never had that happen before. It's got banana. Still has some of that oak. A little bit of funkiness still. The berry note's gone. It just shifted in kind of like a banana with vanilla wafers. Not quite banana pudding. That's wild. A little bit of water changed it that much. That's crazy. It's still good. I think I prefer it without water because the dark fruits and the raspberry that I was getting earlier was a little bit more in my profile range. But yeah, still get the oak and a little bit of fruit on the finish. The finish is still about the same length. It's still pretty short, but that's wild. I've never had one transform that drastically with water. That's crazy. So I like it more without water than with, just a little bit. Banana's kind of hit or miss for me. But yeah, for the price, I think this one's fun. It's a good pickup. I've even seen it at a discounted cost in my local stores lately, so I might even be able to get it cheaper than $65. But yeah, fun one to try, good one to add to the collection. I recommend this one. I think it's good. I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if you end up getting this one, let me know if you have the same experience that I had with the water. That's crazy. It's not a fluke. When I was doing tasting notes for this, it happened then too. So gotta have a surprise reaction. So if you enjoyed this review, hit the like button and subscribe to see where we catapult off to next. Cheers.